Most likely, he probably today or tomorrow bring up Jeremiah Valuega. He was with us in training camp. He's been on practice squad here all year, so ready to go.
Last night you said Jimmy's performance was flawless. After you've looked at the film now,
It was very good. No one's ever done flawless, but I was short on words. But no, he played very well. I think it was one of his better games here. He was very efficient in everything he did, and when he got opportunities for big plays, he didn't miss any of them. So, and he took care of the ball as good as he has, so it was great.
would you think that not making the mistakes that he's had in the past is just progress going forward?
Yeah, I think so. I also think it's easier for quarterback not to do that too, and everyone's playing better around him also. I mean, I think everything was going the run game and the pass game. And I think the one area we probably did struggle on the most was third downs. I don't think we had as good a looks on those. They had a pretty good plan. But it's, when everyone plays good around him, he doesn't have to be as risky, which it's still tough. But he did as good as he could with it.
Joe said he was going to get checked today to see if he can keep practicing. Has that already happened, and what's his status going into the week?
I'm not sure if that's happened. I know he's working out with those guys on the side. I'm not sure if he's done it already. He's probably doing it right around now. But I don't decide all on Monday. We see how he feels, and we'll try it again on Wednesday. And I know he's got a chance at this week. But we'll see what happens. I'm still hoping for it, but not at all counting on it.
Run skill the most likely option?
I mean, that's the way the tape looked and the way they finished that game. But both of those guys have played well for us, so we'll base it off the 3 days of practice.
Was School banged up or injured in any way going into that game?
He's been banged up, just the wear and tear, like a lot of guys out there. But I mean, he's not using that as an excuse, And by no means did he play bad. He just didn't do as good as he could, and we thought Brunskill gave us a better chance at the time, and he came in and took advantage of his opportunity.
How did George come out of the game?
George came out good. I know after you're always in a little bit of pain when you play through that stuff, but didn't seem like he had any setbacks. I haven't got to talk to him today, but just talking to Dustin and stuff, he didn't have any setbacks, and should be good to go this week. I know we'll have to be smart with him and how we practice him, just like last week, but hopefully we should get the same situation.
How close was Robbie to being back, and what's his status?
I think he's real close. Like I said last week, I mean, if it was probably another position, he would have gone. I know Robbie wants to go, but we're going to be smart with that, and we're going to make sure that he is 100%. And I think he's getting very close to there. I know he was close to that last week, so we'll see how he is here on Wednesday.
With Demontre Moore, it's a quick 2-game stint here. He did seem to make the most of his opportunity when he was in there. Just what was it like to have him for 2 games, and what are his spirits like right now?
I know he's really down because he won't want to be a part of this for the rest of the year, and he will be going on IR. It's not like he disappears, but he won't be able to go out there anymore. It was just really cool how he played these 2 weeks. It was exactly like the preseason. He just put everything on the line, doing everything he could to earn a job, and what he's done in these 2 weeks here, just coming right off the street, coming in, playing at a high level, getting a huge turnover for us the first week. He did some real good things last week, and I can't tell you how impressed we were and we didn't know that he had a broken forearm until after my press conference yesterday, because the guy never told anybody, and because he didn't know it was broken. He knew there was some pain in there, but he just kept playing. And then after the game, he noticed it was hurting a little bit and went in to get some guys to check it out, and it was broken. And to just watch him on tape playing with that shows you he's a special dude.
At what point did it look like he broke it?
You can't really see the exact play that he did it. I think from what he told the trainers is the one that Aaron scrambled on that we ended up getting that penalty, the one on Sherman end zone.
Brunskill hasn't played a lot of left tackle. He's supposed to be on right. How did he do over there? I know it's similar, but it's...
He did a real good job. And then, I know we put him in. I know when we put him in. In the second half, I forgot that he was still in there, which shows, in my opinion, how good he did. Just that when you don't bring up a tackle's name, when you don't mention him at all, it means he's covering his guy up and his guy's not making plays. And then when we watched the tape, it was nice. He hadn't had a lot of reps at left tackle, so definitely some technical things and stuff, and a few things in the run game he can get better at. But he did a real good job.
How much of a leap has Fred Warner taken in his second season, particularly these last few weeks?
I think a lot. That's what you expect out of a guy in his second year, especially with how much he played his first year. But it doesn't always go that way. Sometimes guys have a real good first year and they relax a little bit, thinking they figured it out, and then you get extremely humbled the second year. And Fred got to play a ton, exceeded expectations, I think, with everyone his first year. Then he was just even more hungry, came back like a 10-year vet, and came back better mentally, better physically, and I think it's shown to everyone in every game.
Is there something with him that, it comes in splash plays now? Last year you talked a lot about getting guys lined up and all that stuff, but is there something you see in him that's allowing him to make more of those, getting the ball out, that type of stuff?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and it's very similar with quarterbacks and stuff. I mean, you got a lot of stuff to do out there, and you're thinking a lot. And when you think a lot, sometimes it's hard to just play with a clear mind and just cut it loose. And Fred, I think he does that at times, but this year even more than anything, I mean, he doesn't miss a beat and getting us lined up and making all the calls and stuff. And I think it's pretty second nature for him, which allows him to play even faster. The more you do that, the faster you get at things. And I think he's running sideline to sideline, and he's hitting, and he's making a lot of plays in the run and pass game.
Seems like he's almost patented that sort of punch where he did that in Tampa Bay to start the season, and he did it again this week. How much does that help the running back, especially in training camp, dealing with just that level of aggression?
Oh, it's a ton. It's very irritating too, because sometimes they miss and hit them in the ribs, like left and right, hit their forearms. When our backs get here who haven't been here, they're not used to it, and they think guys are being over the top on them, and then they start to realize that all 11 of our defensive guys try to do that every play, and our backs just get used to it. So it's great training for our guys, and it's great training for our defense too, and Fred's probably the best one at it.
With the holiday this week, how does that impact the week of preparation?
Not a lot, just because, our Thursday schedules are a little bit earlier anyways. We try to go out and do everything fast as it is. So we get the guys out fairly early on Thursdays as it is. I'll probably move it up about a half an hour, try to get them home by about 2:30, 3 o'clock. So it doesn't affect their day that much, but the history of doing it can affect their Friday sometimes. Sometimes they come in a little more tired, a little heavier. So you really try to stress and hope some of these guys who really enjoy eating don't get too excited and feel like they have to eat everything that day. So we'll stress that pretty hard.
What's D Ford's status this week?
I think he's very similar to the other guys in that group. I mean, Robbie, Breida, and Staley, I think they all got a chance to go this week, but I still, just me throwing a number out there, it's still going to be 50-50. Usually when you have a hamstring, that usually takes a couple weeks, and I think it will be 2 weeks on Sunday, so he's definitely got a chance.
Have you had time this season just to turn on the Ravens film and watch the offense to see what they do with Lamar and how?
Yeah, we watch stuff sporadically just to get ideas and stuff and some run looks and things like that. Don't do a lot of that with the Ravens because I don't want to be tempted to use our quarterback that way. Not because I don't believe in it, because I don't think that's his area of expertise. Once he gets that down, though, we'll run the ball even better. No, I keep messing with them on that. But, no, they do some real cool stuff that's real interesting. I know Greg's always been creative with that stuff and the tools he has with it, along with the tight ends that they have and how physical they are. I got a pretty good idea how it's going to look, and that's what we're going to be looking at here over the next day and a half. And I enjoy looking at how impressive it is in the scheme, but it's not going to be that fun thinking of how to stop it.
How much better, the defensive line has obviously taken a big jump, but just in terms of staying true to their rushing lanes and not allowing Rodgers to escape, has that been a particular area of improvement that they've made?
Yes. Just to tee off on the quarterback the way we do. If you just do that and that's all you talk about, it can become pretty irresponsible pretty fast. We just have 4 guys running by him. So you want guys to rush the quarterback like their hair's on fire and go crazy, but it's got to be somewhat of a controlled chaos because if you don't honor your lanes in that pocket, most quarterbacks, but especially someone like Aaron, they'll break that and make you pay right away.
And what was your takeaway from watching the tape of the pass rush? And I can't imagine you were expecting to limit Rodgers to just 104 yards.
I thought our pass rush tied with our coverage was as good as it's been. I think we've done that a lot this year. So and I think that's why our defense is having a pretty special year. But it goes hand in hand. And then we had a couple blitzes too that the quarterback's got to get rid of it right away. You got 2 guys to the back, and you got a free hitter, so they got to throw hot. Then sometimes you bring guys in to help with that or to help with the defensive ends. And now we got 7 guys covering 3 guys, and so mixing all that up, it's tough on any quarterback. And it always starts with the defensive rush. And if you can get there, you can have 7 guys mixing up man and zone. And I think all 11 of them were tied real well together, and that's the results we've been getting.
How did Akello do?
I thought Akella did a real good job. You know, we knew we were going to try to get him in about 4 series in that game. He ended up getting a little bit more than that, especially with Emmanuel going in and out some. Sherm went out, I think, for a play or two also. But, you know, I was impressed with him. You know, he's still not all the way there back yet, which we understand that. It takes some time, especially as a corner. But when he got in there, it was nice that he could play a little bit more. And I think he's getting close to being fully back.
How do you anticipate something similar moving forward?
Yeah, I see it something similar. I mean, like I said, I mean, Akello is our guy, and once he gets fully back there, then definitely think he'll give us the best chance to win, and he'll be out there the most. But Mosley's also done a hell of a job in showing this league that he's a real good player, that he plays at a starter level. So that's not a decision that you make until it's without a doubt clear.
Mosley injured at all?
He sprained his ankle the week before, and just some wear and tear on that. So you go in and out a little bit with that. But you know, I think he did a little on special teams, and that kind of allowed the natural substitution with that. But he ended up coming back out.
How valuable was it for you to have DJ Jones back in there?
Oh, it's great. I mean, DJ's a stud. He plays very well. I mean, I think a lot of you guys notice him because he make a ton of plays, and I still think he can get a lot better. I mean, the more DJ can stay healthy, the more he can stay in shape by staying healthy, the more he can do that play in and play out. Because when he goes and he's fresh, I know how our O-linemen feel about him. He's as tough as anyone to block as there is in this league.
Did you enjoy when the Packers called the timeout and let you set DJ back in there for that 4th down?
We did appreciate that. It was perfect.
Any decisions on the practice windows for Street and Barrett?
Yeah, we'll bring them up if we have an injury at one of those positions. I think they're both healthy enough that they could go now and get back into practice. You got to decide in the last 3 weeks. You know, if we lost a corner in this game, then we'd probably activate his practice window, and if we lost an inside player D-line, we'd probably do the same for Street. So we're just waiting for that.
Is there any deadline on when you would have to? I mean, obviously before 3 weeks before the end of the season to do it, but is there any? Do you have to do it at some point if you're going to do it at all?
I'm pretty sure that's it. I mean, I don't think you can't activate it in the playoffs. So you got 3 weeks to do it. So I'm pretty sure our last choice to do it would be the 3 weeks before the end of the season.
What kind of groove has Debo gotten in these last few weeks, and where do you think he's made the improvement to give himself those opportunities?
I mean, he's gotten better and better each week. You know, I thought yesterday it was a tough game for him just because he wasn't able to practice at all week. So that was his first time having the experience of that, which definitely led to some mistakes and stuff during the game. But you kind of expect that as a coach, and that's kind of my decision on how much we should play him when he doesn't get to practice much. So I take some responsibility in that. But also, when the ball goes to him, regardless of how he feels or what's going on, you know Debo's going to catch it. You know he's going to make a play, and he's a guy we trust a lot out there. And but we still expect him to keep getting a lot better and keep owning this offense more and more because he's a guy who plays the right way. He's a guy who's got a lot of ability, and he's a guy we're going to count on the rest of this year.
You have a couple offensive linemen have goofy personalities. Western Richburg doesn't strike me as quite as jolly as some of those other guys. How would you describe his personality?
Him in person lead the league in saltiness. Both of them. They're very grouchy. They like to be upset. That's why we make fun of them a lot. It just pisses them off, and it's really how we all communicate.
When you have,
For an offensive lineman, though.
Definitely. Perfect.
when you have guys that don't practice throughout the week, like you had Sanders, Samuel, how hard is it for you to get them going at the beginning of the game and game plan around that?
It depends. I mean, you get an idea. So, I mean, sometimes you don't know how guys are going to play injured, you know, and we haven't had that with Debo or Emmanuel too much. You know, we had that with Emmanuel last week for the first time versus Arizona, so I had an idea. That was Debo's first time. Kittle had a pretty good idea. We've been through that before with Kittle. But all 3 of them were pros. All 3 of them went out there. They competed. You can't tell that they're hurt. But it's something you just got to harp on hard because no matter how smart you are or no matter how much you work at it, if you don't go through it physically, whether you're even just jogging through it, it's very tough in the heat of battle to not make mistakes. And everyone knows that in football, so that's why you challenge those guys to practice because it does help them. But they were in a situation last week where their only chance to play was really to not practice. All right, thanks, guys.